The vast majority of people have a dominant hand, and artists naturally lean on it, trusting the precision it has earned over our lifetime. Whether you draw as a hobby or as a profession, we invest years strengthening the muscles of our dominant hand. We spend years refining our hand-eye coordination. So what begins to unfold when you try to draw with the opposite hand, the one that never received this long, patient training? Wait, how do I hold a pen? I forgot how to hold things with my hand. Okay, let's go. Oh, this is hard. Well, they look like eyes. I only drew 2 eyes and already I feel exhausted. Wait a minute, that's the wrong direction. My brain is confused. I can't even see properly. This is so tiring. I'm going to need to take breaks. Well, at least I have an excuse if my anatomy is bad. Come on! That's not quite. That's not the shape. Ooh, look at this. A nice curve. Okay, we're getting somewhere, I think. We're getting somewhere. What is this shape? This is exhausting. Make it stop. Come on, you can do it, hand. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. My left hand is screaming right now. Make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. While drawing this, I noticed that my left hand's muscles tightened in a way that was not quite pain, but something close to it. A kind of strain. I do dumbbell workouts, so the hand itself is not weak, but strength is not what drawing asks for. It requires precision, fine, controlled movements, and that has certainly not been used with my left hand. Line art actually went better than I expected. By then, I suppose my left hand had warmed up and was starting to get the hang of things. To my surprise, my scratchy line work ended up quite useful here. When I was younger, no one corrected the way I drew, so that habit became my default. And I continued to draw this way because it was the only way I knew. At this point, it's been decades, and it's far too difficult to change. I'm aware it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Yet here, drawing with my opposite hand, it became an advantage. The slow scratchiness let the lines look reasonably well, even when my hand wasn't steady at all. It was almost like having a small cheat code. I'm not sure if this knowledge will be useful for anything, but it's good to know. Normally, I can sit down and draw for hours without taking a break, but that wasn't possible here. By the time I finished the line art, I genuinely needed to step away because, So let us move on to the next part, the coloring. This is the part that came most easily to me. Art doesn't need perfect lines. If anything, perfection can be a little dull and sterile. That said, we usually do aim for precision when it comes to line art or anatomy. But coloring and shading don't demand this kind of accuracy, unless you're doing self-shading, I suppose. So honestly, my left-hand shading looks pretty decent overall. This is not actually the first time I've drawn with my non-dominant hand, but it is the first time I've used it for a serious illustration. In the past, it was only for small, simple sketches, just goofing around, or that one time when I was 5 and I dislocated my right shoulder. I couldn't use it for a month, so I had no choice but to draw with my left hand. But like I said, none of it was ever serious. This was my very first attempt at making a full illustration in the way I would usually draw. This experience brought some interesting observations. All of my knowledge and experience of anatomy, lighting, coloring techniques, and so on carries over to my left hand because these skills are stored inside the brain, not entirely in muscle memory. My left hand can't execute them as precisely as I would like, but the understanding is still there. That's why the drawing can still look pretty good, despite the wobbly line work and other things. Ultimately, what my left hand lacks is the hand-eye coordination and muscle practice. I could probably reach a decent level of drawing with my left hand if I practice consistently, but I'm not really interested in putting in that kind of effort. It's fun to think about though. And there it is! An illustration drawn from beginning to the end with my non-dominant hand. Have any of you tried drawing with your non-dominant hand before? What was the experience like?